Okay. So I guess wala, no? Kasi nag-thumbs down si Nicolene. Pwede kayong mag-chat class. No? So, sige. So we will continue our discussion on the two kinds of argument, the inductive and deductive logic. So an argument is a statement or group of statements composed of premises intended to determine the degree of truth or acceptability of another statement called conclusion. So the argument class has two parts, premises and conclusion. Okay, so premises serves as the basis, no, of the conclusion. So consider the two arguments below. There is smoke, that's one statement, which stands as the premise of this argument. And the statement, therefore, there is fire. Okay, next argument we have, there were 20 persons originally. There are 19 persons currently. Therefore, someone is missing. So what is the difference, class, between these two arguments? What do you think? Anyone? Ano bang pinagkaiba ng dalawang arguments na ito? Anyone? Any observation? Yes, Miss Ali. What do you think is the difference between the two arguments?
Ma'am, am I audible po?
Yes.
Yung sa number 2 po, merong originally and currently po na numbers of person.
Okay, so
Ayan ko lang po tama.
okay. So
Ay, sorry po ma'am. I mean, doon po sa number 1, meron pong, yung sa number 2 po may missing.
sa number 2 is
Missing
may
po.
missing. Okay. But what I want you to do is to spot the difference, no, between these two arguments. Sige, Miss Lozada.
Good morning, ma'am. Am I audible po?
Yes.
Yung sa number 1 po, ma'am, nang may smoke lang po, tapos nag-deduce na po siya agad na may fire. Although kahit yung smoke, hindi po siya like na nag-infer na may fire agad. Then sa number 2 po, based po sa statistics niya po, 20 and 19, nakasabi po siya na may missing since nawalan po ng isa yung 20.
Okay. Very good observation, no? Lozada. Sige. Sandali lang. Sige. Nice observation. So that's correct, no? That's what I want to hear actually. Okay, in the first argument class, what can we observe is that the premise cannot ascertain the truth of the conclusion. No? Hindi guarantee na kesyo may smoke, may fire agad. Okay? So it's not a guarantee. While in second argument, kasi mathematics yan, and you cannot question math, no? Since there are 20 persons originally, 19 na lang yung present sa currently, therefore, we are sure, we are certain na missing yung isa. Okay? So, that's the difference between the two. In argument 1, the conclusion does not necessarily follow from the premise, while in argument 2, the conclusion follows necessarily from the premises. Okay? So, kumbaga sa first, may loophole. Na? May loophole pa. Sa second, there's no question 100%. The conclusion follows necessarily from the premises. Okay? Sige. So, in argument 1 yun. Basahin ko lang, no? We know that the existence of smoke does not guarantee or ensure the existence of fire. It only makes the existence of fire likely or probable. No? Probable lang, there is a chance na kung merong smoke, probably there is fire. No? Insofar as it is possible for there to be smoke without the fire, we may be wrong in asserting that there is fire. So inferences of this sort is called inductive logic. So yung logic na ginamit, no, in argument 1 is inductive. Two, the conclusion is missing follows necessarily from the two given premises. So inferences of this sort is called deductive logic. So ang ginamit naman dito sa argument 2 is deductive logic. Okay? So actually, class, there are many kinds of arguments where you can spot deductive logic and inductive logic. So, what do you think, class, yung presented na DNA, mga DNA test results sa korte, will you consider that inductive or deductive logic? Di ba? Pag sinabing 99.99%, no, based on DNA result or kung ano-anong mga sciences dyan, anong test ang ginawa, do you consider that inductive or deductive logic? Deductive, sabi ni Feby, sabi ni Julia, deductive din. Okay. Yes. Actually, no, based on what I have read, they consider it as deductive logic. No? Kasi science yan eh. No? So, you cannot question din science. Okay? So, when we say science kasi, the result is more likely accurate. Okay, kahit pa 99.99 lang yan, no? May inaccuracy na very minimal, very minute. Okay. But still they consider tests like that, ng mga DNA test and all as deductive logic. Okay, kaya siya kapag yun yung presented evidence mo sa korte class, more likely sa kakatigan ka ng korte. Okay? Sige. So here are some examples of deductive arguments. A shopper might place 2 apples and 3 oranges into an empty paper bag and then conclude that the bag contains 5 pieces of fruits. Okay, so we're pretty sure naman talaga, pag naglagay ka ng 2 apple and 3 orange sa empty paper bag, then surely ang laman is 5. Okay? We are certain. A surveyor might measure a square piece of land and after determining that it is 100 feet on each side, conclude that it contains 10% square feet. Okay, so mathematics. Next, we have all ancient forests are sources of wonder. So some ancient forests are targets of the timber industry. Therefore, some sources of wonder are targets. Ito class naman, from general to specific, na all Asian forests are sources of wonder. Isang kind din yan ng argument, ng deductive argument. Yung general to specific. May mga pangalan yan sila class, no? Kung if you have a specific subject for logic talaga, may mga pangalan yung arguments na yan. Mga syllogism, no? Mga ganun. So may mga pangalan sila actually. Then some Asian forests are targets of the timber industry. Therefore, some sources of wonder are targets of the timber industry. So from general to specific. That will apply. So another example, all med tech students are beautiful. Nika is a med tech student. Therefore, Nika is beautiful. So from general to specific. Examples naman of inductive arguments, Mary and Jim are left-handed and use left-handed scissors. Bill is also left-handed. Therefore, Bill also uses left-handed scissors. So, inductive siya because the argument is from specific to general. Nakita niyo yung difference? Sa deductive, general to specific, inductive, specific to general. Okay. Next, in the summer, there are ducks on our pond. Therefore, the summer will bring ducks to our pond. Okay. So from specific observation, in-apply din to general. Okay. Next, since 95% of the left-handers I've seen around the world use left-handed scissors, 95% of left-handers around the world use left-handed scissors. Sandali. Ay, parang pareho. Dali. Ay, okay. So, anong difference pala ng two statements na yan? We have two statements dito, no? 95% of the left-handers I've seen around the world use left-handed scissors. Then 95% of left-handers around the world use left-handed scissors. Parang unang basa mo parang duplicated yung statement, no? Pero anong pinagkaiba? Anong pinagkaiba? Yes, Rubilin.
Ma'am, sa na-notice ko lang, ma'am, sa first, ma'am, gisabi niya doon na I've seen around. Tapos doon po sa next na statement, next po na thought is parang generalize yun na po around the world.
Okay, very good observation. Andali lang. Nag-exit na itong ano ko ba? PDF. Andali. Okay, that's correct, no? Yung first statement kasi ito, 95% of the left-handers, I've seen yung nakita niya lang, no? 95% sa mga nakita niya na left-handers use left-handed scissor. But in this statement, nag-generalize na siya. Okay, so from specific to general. Okay, statistics class no, is an inductive argument. Okay, it is an inductive argument, but it is considered as a strong inductive argument. So, yung inductive class sa deductive logic, no, may kinds pa yan, may strong, may weak. No? So, but then statistics is considered as a strong inductive argument. Okay? Kasi dumaan naman talaga sa analysis yung statistics na yan, no? Hindi lang basta-basta, may ano yan, darating tayo dyan, no? Sa selection process pa lang ng sample, random na. Diba? Meaning, yung makukuha mong sample is really a representative of the entire population. Next, we have the statistical tools. No? So, although considered as inductive logic, but it is considered a strong inductive logic. Okay. Okay, so parang hindi ko pa ata na-upload yung yung previous lesson natin. So, isasabay ko na lang upload dito. I want you to answer this activity. Okay? Activity 10. To be submitted on Tuesday, next week. Okay. Sige, before we proceed, class, I want to hear examples of inductive and deductive arguments from you. Kahit yung mga conversation nyo lang sa araw-araw, no? Yung, di ba, if you are trying to convince na someone, di ba, you're presenting your argument. So, sige, kahit yung mga arguments nyo lang sa daily conversations ninyo with friends, with family members. So, I want to hear. Anyone? Kahit in Ilonggo, kasi we do argue naman talaga in Ilonggo, no? Or Tagalog kayo sa bahay. Yung medium ninyo doon, yung ginagamit. Kahit simpleng mga arguments lang. Then you tell me whether it is inductive or deductive. Pag mag-away ka mo sa uyab mo, may nag-chat sa imo, no? Hi, nag-conclude dayon si girl nga ng babae, no? Two-timer dayon. Hi lang gani, no? Sige, Louise.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
So So, usually, ma'am, kay di ba, ang mother ko is teacher, then
Yes.
yung some titas ko din is teacher. So, most of the people nag-conclude na yung kukunin ko din po daw na course is teacher din po. Ano
Okay.
siya, inductive. Tama.
Okay, inductive. Okay, very good. Next, some other examples. So binigay na example ni Luis from specific to general, no. Kasi si mama niya teacher, some other relatives are teachers, then it can include na the same will apply sa kanya. Na teacher din ang kukunin niya. Sige, Dorothy.
Ano ko po is 90% ng population is using a certain dishwasher, ma'am. So that means I am also using the same dishwasher.
Okay, and that is an
Conductive. Yung
Induct-
pang general to specific.
what do you mean? Inductive or deductive?
Deductive ba yun, ma'am? Hindi ko na ano. Yung pang general to specific na ano.
When you say general, it applies to all. That's our concept of general, ha? Kasi yung sabi mo 90% lang eh. So hindi lahat. So mako-fall siya sa specific generally. Since 90% gumamit ng certain dishwashing brand, tama ba? And then you concluded na ikaw gumagamit din ng dishwashing brand na yon. Okay, so it's considered inductive. Statistics. Mga statistics yan. Sige, Kylie.
Hello po, ma'am. Good morning po.
Good morning.
So, ang example ko po is, like for example, ma'am, nagpa-unwind po ako sa sa probinsya, so ganon. So, lahat ng nakita ko na leaves are green. So, therefore, lahat ng color ng leaves are na nakita ko ay green. So, therefore, all leaves are green. So, inductive po siya, ma'am, since general to specific.
Okay. Sige. So, in that particular area, lahat ng leaves na nakita mo green.
Yes, ma'am. Doon pa sa
And then you
particular area
concluded
na
all the leaves, kumbaga, in the world. Tama?
are green. Opo,
Are
ma'am,
green.
parang ganun.
Sandali lang, class, ha? Magkuha lang ko ng charger kay Lobat. Okay. Some other examples. Yes, Nicolene.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Morning.
So, all BSMT 1A are intelligent. Luis is a student of BSMT 1A. Therefore, Luis is intelligent po.
Okay,
Deductive
correct.
po siya.
Okay, correct. Sige. So, from general to specific. Actually, mas magandang ano na, no, you study this further. Yung bang, you also have to check if the argument is sound. Meaning, true ba talaga yung premises? So, tulad to sinabi ni Nicolene, all BSMT students are intelligent. True ba talaga yon, no? So, kung true ang argument, tapos deductive, true ang premises, tapos deductive ang argument, that's sound. No? That is a sound argument. So, ganun. We did not discuss this kasi hindi naman ito, hindi na malaliman yung pag-discuss dito sa MMW. Kasi in the first place, hindi ito logic na subject talaga. Sige, some other examples. Sige, Angel.
Ma'am, all cats have ears. Ragdoll are cats, therefore they have ears.
Okay. All cats have ears. Then, ano yun? Sino yun?
Ragdoll, ma'am.
Randall.
Ragdoll
Ragdoll
are cats,
are cats. And
therefore they
therefore, okay. He has ears. Bakit they? Are ragdolls? Ano?
Opo, ma'am, ragdolls.
Okay,
Are
ragdoll is ano ba yan? Ng tawag niyan?
breed siya ng pusa,
Oh,
ma'am.
breed. Breed siya ng cat. Okay. Ngayon ko lang, ang alam ko lang talaga is Persian. Persian and ano yung Siamese? Tama ba ako? Sige. Who else? Sige, last one before we proceed to the next chapter. Yes, Angela. Kung ang medtech ay mahirap, therefore lahat ng medtech courses. Okay. Ang medtech ay mahirap na course. That's what you mean, no? Anong medtech courses? Ilan ba ang medtech courses? Di ba medtech is a course?
Yes po, ma'am.
What do you mean? Medtech courses? You mean medtech med courses.
po, ma'am,
Correct.
like mga
Oo.
nursing po.
So, and that is what? Inductive, deductive?
Inductive po,
Again?
specific to general. Inductive
Okay,
po,
inductive. Specific to general. So, correct.
general po.
Okay. So, tayo girls, ha? Huwag tayong maging inductive. Inductive argument, inductive logic, I mean. No? Huwag natin pairal yung inductive logic, ha? Lalo na sa mga partners ninyo. Baka, may ano na ba kayo? May mga partners na ba kayo? Of course, wag muna, no? Kung pwede, wag muna. Okay, so yun yung yun yung yun yung trend na nababasa ko ngayon, no? Konting kibot lang, conclude na agad yung babae, no? So, inductive logic yun. So, you have to gather, talaga, strong evidences, strong premises. Okay? Sige. Hindi po lahat, hindi naman lahat. Mga 99, charot na, 99%. Char lang, Kylie. Sige. Okay. So let's proceed to the next chapter. Okay, let's proceed to problem solving. Okay? Ito, no, since first year tayo, ito na, ini-introduce na itong word problems. So, i-review lang natin. No? Different steps in solving word problems. This is by George Polya. 1887 to 1985. So, ilan yung edad niya nang namatay siya? 98, 85 plus 13. 98 years old. Sana abutin tayo ng mga ganun, no? Or much better pag 100. Sige. So, here are the steps in solving word problems. First, of course, you need to understand the problem. Hindi ka naman makakasolve talaga if in the first place, hindi mo naintindihan. And that is something na hindi ko kayang ituro yung pag-intindi nyo sa problem. But exposure to different problems, I believe, will increase your comprehension. Okay? So to better understand the problem, it is helpful to ask the following questions. Okay. What type of problem at hand and what is being asked? So it will help you understand the problems if you're able to answer these questions. Ano ba siya? Integer problem ba siya? Word problem ba siya? Mixed problem ba siya? No? Number problem ba siya? Okay, next. What are the unknown quantities? Ano yung hinahanap? Okay? So if there are two or more unknowns, okay. You know, unknown quantities are represented by what? How do we represent unknown quantities when we solve? What do we use to represent unknown quantities? Kasi hindi mo alam yung value. X agad, sabi ni Feby, X agad, no? X or Y. Okay. Okay. Actually, any letter in the alphabet. Pero usually, ginagamit natin X or Y. Or we call them variables. Okay. So, correct, no? Kay Angel, tsaka Kylie. So, we use variables to represent unknown quantities. And usually, we use letters in the English alphabet. Except O, kasi it can be mistakenly treated as 0. So, we avoid using O as variable. Okay. And then, is there a way? Ito sabi, if there are two or more unknowns, it is recommended not to use another variable. So, ito class, pinaka-rule, no? When you solve a word problem, huwag kang introduce ng variable. If you think you can just express one unknown in terms of the other, then do not introduce a new variable. Okay? So, kung kaya mo man nang express yung isang unknown in terms of the other, use only one variable. Kung pwedeng X lang lahat yung involved, X lang. Ano pala yung consequence class? Pag introduce ng variable, kada unknown, another variable. X, isang unknown, Y, isang unknown, Z. Ang dami mo ng variable, ano pala yung consequence class? Pag marami kang variables na in-introduce, when in fact, you can just use, represent unknown quantities in terms of the other. Ano yung consequence? Anyone? So, ang rule dyan, when you solve word problems, limit talaga your variables. No? Use the least number of variables if possible. Kasi pag marami, anong consequence pag marami kang variables na inintroduce? Sige, Luis.
Ma'am, for example, ma'am, if mag-use tayo ng maraming variables, then actually, kung makita natin sa problem is makagamit naman din tayo ng konti. So, kung mas maraming variables ang ilagay natin in state, mas confusing na po siya, ma'am.
Okay, isa na yun, confusing. Okay. But then, halimbawa, class, gumamit ako ng 3 variables. Ilang equations yung kailangan ko i-produce para ma-solve yung values ng 3 variables na yon? Okay. 3 rin. Very good. At least 3, no? At least 3. Kung tatlo yung variables na ginamit mo, you will need at least 3 equations din para ma-solve yung values ng tatlong variables na yun. No? So what if the problem cannot produce 3 equations? Di ba? You cannot solve the problem. Okay. So, kaya ako sinasabi na if possible, no, use one variable kung kaya. Okay? Di ba, na-remember niyo yung mga systems of linear equations yung na lesson sa algebra? Di ba, may mga tatlong variables na yun, x, y, z na, no, yung ginagamit. So, yun yung gagamitin nyo na. You need to solve the values of variables using the systems of linear equations or systems of, kung quadratic equations, ganun. So take note that if you have 3 variables involved, you will need at least 3 equations also to solve the values of those variables. So kung isa lang yung variables na ginamit mo, yung isa lang yung involved, you will just need 1 equation para ma-solve yung value ng variable. Ganun lang kadali, di ba? Imagine class, can you solve x plus y equals 3? X plus y equals 3, o dalawang variable ginamit mo. Tapos yan, isa lang yung equation mo, x plus y equals 3. Anong value ng x? Anong value ng y? Di ba? You cannot solve. You cannot proceed. Okay? So, what introduce ng variable? And then, next question that you may answer, no, para mas maintindihan yung problem is there a way to restate the problem in your own words? So kung kaya mo siyang i-restate, no, in your own words, probably you must have understood already the problem. Next, after you understand the problem, ano ang atake, no? You devise a plan. Paano ko ba ito i-solve? Okay, mag-drawing ba siguro ako, no, para mas maintindihan, especially if geometric problems, no? Mag-drawing siguro ako ng rectangle muna para mas maano ko, visualize, 'di ba? Or mag-set up na ako ng equation or magawa siguro ako ng table, lalo na pag age problem, no? So you devise a plan. So this STEM includes the strategies that you're going to use to attack the problem. Ano yung atake? So maybe you set up an equation, ito by translating problem into algebraic expressions, or maybe you should look for patterns first, or you draw pictures or illustrations, you work backwards or look for patterns, and then pwede kang mag-elimination. No? So you devise a plan. Next, you carry out the plan, of course. May gusto pala akong i-share na quote dito, class, no? A plan, no. A goal well planned is a goal half achieved. Ganon. So, dapat marunong tayong mag-devise ng plano. No? So again, a goal well planned is a goal half achieved. So, pag maganda ang planning mo, class, so you can expect actually for a good outcome or result. Okay? Next, you carry out the plan. So, kung equation siya, di isolve mo. No? Kung table siya, then you analyze. Paano ba ang approach? You carry out, you implement, kumbaga, the plan. Okay? Then look back. Checking. No? Ito yung parang checking. So, this step is often overlooked. So, if you do not check whether or not the conditions in the problem are satisfied by the obtained value or variable, then our solution cannot be certain correct, since the equation you made may not be correct in the first place. So, you always check. You review your answer. Okay? Sige, example. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 33. What are these 3 integers? So, first, understand the problem. Anong problem ba ito? This is an integer problem, ano? Explicitly stated, integers. Okay? Then, next, ano ba yung mga unknowns, class? Yung mga hinahanap Tatlong magkakasunod na integers. Although may discussion na sa baba. Let x be the first integer. Ano kaya ang pwedeng next? Maggamit ako ng y, mag-introduce ako ng another variable, then y, tama ba? Be the second integer. Okay ba yan? Ay, let x, let y, let z be the third integer. Okay. If I do this class, I use 3 variables. Do you think I can solve the problem? Ilang equation lang ba ang kayang i-produce ng problem class? Imagine, no? If I use this one, nag-introduce ako ng 3 variables, then ito lang yung kayang i-produce na equation ng problem x plus y. Pag i-add mo daw yung 3, the sum is 33. Yan lang, isa lang. Kaya ba natin i-solve yan? Ang x, ang y, ang z, isa lang yung equation. You can't, na? So it is not advisable that you introduce more variables. So as I said, as much as possible, express one unknown in terms of the other. So may hint naman tayo, no? Since consecutive, magkakasunod, we can expect na kung ang first number is x, then ang sunod niya actually is just plus 1. No? Then, okay, ako gumamit ng then kasi this statement follows from this, no, na ang first integer is x. So then, x plus 1 is the second integer. And x plus 2 is the third integer. Okay. See? We just use one variable, x lang, to represent 3 unknown quantities. Okay? And then, okay, so naintindihan ng problem na? We were able to identify ano yung mga unknowns. Next is you devise a plan. Anong plano? Para ma-solve yung problem. Ano kaya yung best approach dito? So ito yung understand the problem na part. Understand the problem. Devise a plan. What would be the plan? Ano kaya, what would be the best approach for this? Mag-set up tayo ng, sige. Yes, Feb?
I-add mo ang 3, ma'am, then i-equate sa 33 para masolve ang x.
Okay, very good. No? So you just add this 3 kasi sabi sum no? So meaning you have to add. We have x plus x plus 1 plus x plus 2. And equals 33. See? Ano ang purpose ko, class, for using grouping symbol here? Bakit may paparenthesis pa ako? Pareho lang naman yan. Kahit tanggalin ko yan, safe pa rin. No? But then, we use grouping symbol to emphasize that this is actually one quantity. Itong x plus 1, that's a single entity. And then, this x plus 2 is a single entity. Okay? Next, carry out the plan. You implement the plan. Solve yung equation. Sige. Kayang-kayang isolve, no? Kasi we just use one variable. So, one equation is enough. Okay? Sige, combine like terms. Ano ba yung mga magkakapareho? Ito, x plus x. Okay, so we have 3x. Equals na ba? Plus, add natin ito, 1 plus 2. Okay, equals 33. And then, sige, lipat natin yung 2 sa kabila, no? Pwede diretso na lang. Maging 31. And then, hindi integer ang pinalabasan. Ay, sorry. 1 plus 2 is 3 pala dyan. Okay, so dito we have 30. And so, x is 10. Okay? So, when x is 10, what would be x plus 1? X plus 1 is 11. X plus 2 is 13. Yan. So, the three consecutive integers are 10, 11, and 13. And if you get the sum, 33 ba? Parang hindi. Bakit parang hindi 33? 34 ano? Ay, sorry. 10, 11, 12. Yan. Tatang si ma'am yung class. Actually, we have a meeting dapat today, no? Sandali lang ha. Need ko lang i-update yung messenger ko. But I need to meet you. I feel the need to meet you talaga. Kasi in the coming weeks, class, I will be busy in the coming weeks because we have this campus visitation. And I think it will take 1 week talaga. So, i-discuss, sabi ko, we have to maximize the time. Sige. So, the three consecutive integers are 10, 11, and 12. Then, punta tayo sa look back. Okay, so let us check, no? Kahit na, ano yan, by inspection na lang makaya na ito. Or mental computation. But then, sige lang, just to show. 10, 11, 12. It's equal to 33. Okay, correct. The left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side of the equation. Sige, any question? Madali lang, no? Especially, kasi simple lang din yung problem natin pang high school. Sige. I will give more examples of problems like this sa next meeting. Kasi iba yung other problems dito na presented. Okay, proceed to the next example. The sum of two numbers is 15. Okay. The second number is twice the first. So what are these numbers? Understand the problem. What are the unknowns? Anyone? Let anyone? Gamitin natin x pa rin. Let x be the first number. What would be the second number? Anyone? Yes, Nikos.
2x po, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. 2x. Second number is twice the first. So then, two x is the second number. Okay. Next, you devise the plan. There is no best way but to, of course, set up an equation for this, no? Sige, give me the equation. Yes, Nikos again.
X plus 2x po is equal to 15.
Okay, very good. X plus 2x is equal to 15. Okay. So, carry out the plan. Pero sa exam class, wala nang ganito ako ha, yung understand, devise. Okay. So, of course, equation ang meron tayo. We have to solve the equation. So we have x plus 2x is 3x equals 15, and this is x equals 5. Therefore, na-solve na ba natin? Will we stop here by solving x? Balikan ninyo ang problem. You look back. Parte ito ng look back, no? Tingnan mo kung na-answer na ba ang problem. Anong hinahanap? The two numbers. Okay. So meaning, solving x is not enough. Okay. So, continue tayo sa 2x. Kasi sabi natin, 2x yung second number. Okay, 2x, therefore, is 2 times 5. And this is equal to 10. Sige, checking. We have check. We have x plus 2x is equal to x is 5 plus 2x is 10, and this one is, the sum is 15. Okay, which we want to see, which we want to see sa right-hand side of the equation. Which is what we want. Ayan. Sige. Okay. Let's proceed now to different problems. Okay. These are some other strategies, no, that you may use in solving problems. Okay? So, of course, we always use the best strategy. Yung mas mapapadali tayo sa pag-solve ng equation. Anong problem? So, first, aside from setting up an equation, no, you may also use some other strategies like drawing a picture, model, diagram, or any visual representation. Okay, so drawing a picture, diagram, or model is the most common problem-solving strategy. Very often, students need to draw a picture, diagram, model just to understand the problem. So the picture, diagram, or model represents the problem in a way students can see it. Kasi minsan, mas maganda pag nakikita talaga natin, no? Na-visualize talaga natin. Para mas madaling maintindihan. And think about it while they look for the next step. So example, Dana found a piece of 8 inches rope. She cut the rope into equal length. She made 3 cuts. How long is each piece of the rope now? Sige, without the diagram class or without the picture, mentally, feeling nyo, how long is each piece of the rope? By just solving it in your mind. Parang may first approach tayo na i-divide siya into 3, no? Meron kayong ganon? Parang 8 divided by 3, no? Sino sa inyo nag-isip nun? Like, without that illustration, na na-mislead kayo by just dividing, dividing it by 3. Wala? Okay, so very good naman. So walang nakaisip ng ganun. Okay, so but I somehow find this misleading kung hindi mo siya i-draw. But by drawing it, okay, so you have an 8 inches rope, then Dana made 3 cuts equally, no? So 1, 2, 3. So ilang pieces lahat yung na-produce by making 3 cuts? 4, no? So that is what we divide 8 by, that is why we divide 8 by 4. Okay? So each piece of rope is now only 2 inches. Sige. Next, Sam had 6 pesos more than Ian. If Ian had 8 pesos, how much did they have all together? Okay. So, actually, kaya ba ng mental lang ito? Kaya? Kaya mental? Ha? Kanino? Kay Adjin? I-ask mo kay, ano yan? Pearl. Sa table mo, wala. Karoon na lang. Kailangan niya karoon? Today? Sandali. Sandali lang, class. Okay, so let's continue. Mentally, now we can just solve this one. Ilan ba? Okay. Yes, sige, sabi ni Kylie, 22, Nikos, 22, Angel, 22. Okay. So, altogether, okay, they have 22 pesos. So, meron din ng mga problems na solve mo lang mentally. Meron din na better understood pag may illustration, no? Sige. Next. Another example, Luke wants to fence a lot for his dog, Charlie. So the area to be fenced is a rectangle with a measurement of 36 feet long and 24 feet wide. So if the fence posts are to be placed 6 feet apart, how many posts are needed? Sige. Ano yung approach nyo dito if you encounter this problem? Yes, Nikos?
Mag-draw ng rectangle, ma'am.
Okay, first, very good, mag-draw ng rectangle. Saan ba ang rectangle? Okay, so you have here a rectangle. Of course, yung reasonable din, no? Yung haba. Kasi minsan nagdodraw lang na hindi ko na-consider na yung ano ba, yung mga given. Sige, 36 feet long and 24 feet wide. Sige, ganyan, no? So, 36 feet and 24 feet. Okay, 36 feet ito. And then 24 width, 24 feet. Yeah. Next. What do you do? Yes, Nikos. Again, si Nikos lang ba? Saan na ang
I-divide
iba?
i-divide mo yung length and width, yung length sa 6, ma'am, tapos yung width niya sa 6.
And then?
Para mabilang mo yung ano, yung
Sige,
yung
if you do that, that will yield how many posts?
20 po, 20.
20. Sige, you dictate, Nikos.
36 divided by 6 is equal to 6. Tapos, 24 divided by 6 is 4. So, since dalawa yung 36, 6 plus 6, 12. Tapos, dalawa yung 24, 4 plus 4 is 8. And 12 plus 8 is 20 po.
Sandali. 36. Ano ba yan? Hindi ko makita ang divide. Ang ginawa ni Nikos, dinivide niya by 6 yung 36, no? Itong isang length na ito. And then, times 2. Nick, yan ang ginawa mo? Kasi dalawa
Yes
ang
po, times 2, ma'am. Kasi dalawa yung 36.
Okay. Dalawang sides meron, no? 6 times 2. Inamban lang ba? And then, you do the same sa
Yes, ma'am, sa
width,
24
no?
po. Sa
Okay.
24.
Have 24 divided by 6. So, this is 4. And then, times 2 din. And this is 8. Yeah. And then, you add, no?
Yes po.
Have 12 plus 8 equals 20 posts. Ano yung sabi? Place 6 feet apart. Okay. Sige. So, very good, no? Without doing this one, no, even without doing this one, mental yung approach ni Nico. So, Nikos, I mean, he was able to determine the number of posts to be placed 6 feet apart to fence the lot. Okay? So, meron ding tinamban na approach. Anong tawag? Tinamban is ano Bisaya ng mano-mano nga approach. Pwedeng, okay, i-draw mo talaga, no? You really illustrate. You have here a rectangle. Then, you imagine, no? Ilang post ba ang pwedeng malagay mo sa isang side? Considering that 6 feet apart sila dapat and the length is 24 feet. So, nilagay, mano-mano talaga ang pagkalagay. And if you count this all, okay, we will arrive at the same answer, no? 20 posts. Okay? Correct? Sige. That's for Nikos. I-delete ko lang ito sa i-upload ko na lecture material, ha? You know, there are many ways to kill a cat. Next approach or strategy that you may use in solving word problems is when you look for patterns. Okay? Sige. When the problem gives a set of data or a pattern that is continuing and can be arranged, it's good to consider looking for the pattern and determining the rule of the pattern. So actually did that na in chapter 1. Setting up a table and filling in the information given in the question is a great way to organize things and provide a visual so that the rule of the pattern can be determined. So the rule can be used to find the answer to the question. So in some instances, the pattern may look one way for the first few entries, then change. So this is important to consider as the problems get more challenging. So example, each hexagon below is surrounded by 12 dots. You are asked to find the number of dots for a pattern with 6 hexagons. I think this is confusing. Kailangan alisin yan. You are asked to find the number of dots for a pattern with 6 hexagons, and then you find the pattern of hexagons with 229 dots. So, eto. To solve this problem, no, you start by drawing a hexagon with sa given surrounded by 12 dots. So here we have hexagon surrounded by 12. Ano bang hexagon gani? It is a polygon with how many sides? Hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides, correct? Okay, so how will we distribute the 12 dots to 6 sides? So each side, no, meron tayong 3 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, ganyan. So let's count ha, ilan lahat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? First column, ito class. Second column, we have 3 hexagons. No? And ilang dots meron tayo? 12 na ito eh. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay? Let's just make sure na hindi tayo ma-double count. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Tama ba? Ay, sandali. Ayan, diretso na, no? Nag-add 16. Sige, 1, 2, 3. Ay, sige. So, yung first column, hindi ito first column, yan. Column lang. Tapos ito yung first, second. So, yung approach dito, class, is you draw first hexagons. Okay? And then, Start ka sa first column ito, it has 12 dots. Then dito sa second column, you draw 3 hexagons. Okay? And then yung 12 original na dots sa isang hexagon, ang madadagdag is 16, no? When you draw 3 hexagons. Madadagdag is 16. That's why we have 16 here and the total is 28. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Sa third column, okay, ilan yung madadagdag? Originally, ito, no? Yung from the previous column, we have 3 hexagons. Nagdagdag tayo ng another 3 hexagons. Ang nadagdag is 21. Okay? So, all in all, the total number of dots in this Four, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 3, 6, 10. Okay. Ilan yung nadagdag? Even without counting this one, kasi may idea na tayo dito eh. Okay. Dito, 12, nagdagdag ng 16, a difference of 4. No? Dito naman, 12, nagdagdag ng 16, the difference is 4. Nagdagdag ng 21, the difference is 5. Okay? Pero ano no, medyo ano pa, hindi pa enough yung pattern na meron tayo. Sige. If you manually count that, kaya siya na umabot sa 4 na columns. Sige. If we manually count that, ang nadagdag na dots no, from the previous is 26. So, 12, 16, 21 plus 26. Okay. If we are to determine class, the number of dots in the next column, ilan kaya? Kasi dito, the difference is 4. In here, the difference is 5. In here, the difference is 5. Ilan kaya? We have 12 plus 16. One, 3, 6. Medyo mahirap siya actually, no? 3, 6. Sa next column, how many hexagons can we expect? 1, 3. Dalawa. Dito, 3 to 6, tatlo. 6 to 10, 4. How many hexagons can we expect, class, in the next column? Sa fifth column. We can expect how many hexagons sa next column? Kasi dito isa, then naging 3 sa second column, so may dalawang difference. Naging 6 sa third column, may 3 difference. Naging 10 sa next column, from 10, from 6, 4 ang difference. So we can expect that in the next column, okay, there is a difference of 5. So since there are 10 hexagons in here, so in the fifth column, there would be 15 hexagons. So kung merong 15 hexagons sa next column, how many dots do we have? Ilan yung idadagdag? you look for the pattern, no? Ng mga dots na nadadagdag per column. Sige. We have Nikos.
31 po.
Okay, 31. So, a difference of 5. Okay? So, okay? Hindi ko na ng panibalik. Ayan. Sige. So, let's answer the problem. Find the number of dots for a pattern with 6 hexagons. Ito yun, no? Ang third column. That should be 49. Sandali. That is not 6 hexagons. So the number of dots for a pattern with 6 hexagons, and we are referring to this one actually, no, is nasa third column, 49. So this should be 49. Okay, if that is the problem. Kasi ito yung column with 6 hexagons. Okay? So that should be 49. Ang ibig niya sabihin dito, the number of dots for a pattern in the 6th column. No? Kung nandun tayo sa 6th column, that would how many hexagons? Sa 6th column, kasi 4 ito, 15 plus 6 is 21, no? Kung gawin ko itong 21 hexagons, then that would be 142 dots. Okay? Change natin yung problem. There is a discrepancy dito. We can expect 21 hexagons in the 6th column based on our illustration. Okay? Kasi 10, then 15, then plus 6 na tayo, 21. Yan. And if there are 229 dots, then the pattern has how many hexagons? Nasa 8 column. Ilang hexagons yan, class? Ang approach kasi sa problem, 1, we have 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Anong next class? 21 plus 7, no? So 28. Then 28 plus 8 is 36. So we can expect 229 dots from 36 hexagons. Okay. Kulang yung given sa problem. Sinabi niya lang, each hexagon below is a rod. Kumbaga, kung given ang problem na ito, okay, kasabay ito sa given, no? Kasali ito sa given. Kasi from the statement, ito lang binigay. And then what? Kasali ito class sa problem. Yan. Pinakita yung illustration. So kung ganito yung illustration, then you determine the number of dots for a pattern with 21 hexagons and the number of hexagons for if there are 229 dots. Ganyan. Mali lang yung placement nito. Dapat dyan. Okay. Yan. So, ganito dapat yung pagka-present, no? Or refer to the illustration. Yan. That's it. Okay, next. Next problem. Each member of a club shook hands with every other member who came for a meeting. So there were a total of 45 handshakes. How many members were present at the meeting? It takes two persons, no, to create one handshake. No? Two persons, one handshake. Sige. What is the best approach kaya, class, to determine that? The number of persons na nag-handshake doon, na nakaproduce ng 45 na handshakes. Ilan kaya ang tao doon? What do you think is the best approach? Aside sa nakita nyo na. If hindi, if kayo lang, how will you solve this? Ano ba yung strategy na gagamitin ninyo? Will you use the same? Makakaisip kaya kayo nito? Ang strategy niya ganito, no? Gumawa siya ng table. And then, okay. And then these letters represent the persons, no? So A itself, okay. Yung intersection ha, yun yung handshake. B to A, that's one handshake, no? The dot represents handshake. Okay? Then C to A, isang handshake. Person C to B, isang handshake. Next, person D to A, isang handshake. Person D to B, another handshake. Person D to C, another handshake. Okay? Person E to A, that's one handshake, and so on. Okay? So let us count. Of course, may element ito ng trial and error. Okay? Kasi hindi mo pa alam kung ilang letters yung dapat mo i-include sa table, kumbaga. So you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So pag nandito ka na sa H, kay person H, kasi 28 handshakes pa lang ang na-produce, you will extend. No? Extend ka pa to person I. So, ilan yung madadagdag kay I? Ilan yung madadagdag? Ilan handshakes? Okay, 8, no? 8 handshakes. So, ilang handshakes na lahat from H? $28, di ba yung kay H kanina, plus 8? 36. Kulang pa. No? Kulang pa kasi ang sabi natin, we need 45 handshakes. Okay? So, mag-extend pa tayo ng isang tao, J. And this time, ilan yung handshake, additional handshakes na produce when we add additional person? 9. So, 36 plus 9. This time, 45 handshakes were already produced. So, ilang persons yung involved? A hanggang J. Ilan? 10, no? 10 persons ang involved to produce 45 handshakes. Okay? So, ito yung ano niya, no? Ito yung strategy niya to determine the number of persons who produced 45 handshakes. So, do you have other strategies in mind? Paano yan yung atake dyan? To determine the number of persons? Do you have other strategies? HS class stands for handshake. Ito ha. Handshake. Do you think this is the best way, the best strategy to use to solve the problem? Anyone else na may other strategies na pwedeng gamitin to solve that one? Kasi mahirap siyang i-imagine, no? Mahirap siyang i-imagine. Uy, ano ba yung, kung kayo ang magsosolve ng problem na yan, ano kaya yung strategy na gamitin nyo? Sige daw. Better than that strategy. Can you think of anything, any other strategy? Nikos. May
Wala.
strategy ka pa maisip, Nikos?
Wala pa akong maisip, ma'am.
Wala. Okay. Wala pa. How about Feb? Can you think of some other strategies or approach dyan?
No.
Wala na. Okay. Sige. So, pwedeng magmuni-muni kayo na baka may maisip kayo. Some other strategies to solve this. So far, no, this is one of maybe the best approaches na pwede natin gamitin to solve this problem. Sige. Another strategy that you may use to solve a problem is you act out. Parang mag-ano talaga kayo, no? I-reenact nyo talaga, parang ganun. So there may be times when students experience difficulty in visualizing a problem or the procedure necessary for its solution. So in such cases, they may find it helpful to physically act out the problem situation. So acting out the problem may itself lead students to the answer, or it may lead them to find another strategy that will help them find the answer. So acting out the problem is a strategy that is very effective for young children. O, di ba? Did you experience this one na sige ba ikaw halimbawa o ganun, may ganung strategy talaga kayo na ginamit para mas maintindihan yung problem. Parang nag-act out talaga kayo. At anong problem yon kung maalala nyo pa? O, halimbawa ikaw si ano, yung mga problem na ano ba, yung mga tricky problem like anak ng ama, na yung mga ganon, na-encounter niyo na problem na yon? Na ano yun, kung hindi ko ma-remember kasi kung ang inan mo ay kaisa-isang anak ng mga ganon. Did you encounter problems like that? Oo, no? So, usually, para ma-solve natin yan, parang, halimbawa, ikaw ang nanay. O, di ba? Ganon, you really act out the problem. So, there are times na ganon yung strategy natin. Sige. So, here's another example. There are 4 people in the room. If each one shakes hand with another, how many handshakes occur? So this problem is similar to this one. So ang mas maganda lang kasi dito, konti lang yung handshakes. Yung involved na tao, I mean. So okay lang siya, manageable lang siya na i-act out. Kasi 4 na yung involved. This time, ang hinahanap is the number of handshakes produced by 4 people. Okay? If you act out, ilan kaya yung handshakes na ma-produce? Do you have 4 people with you now, including yourself? So if you act that out, ilan kaya yung handshakes na ma-produce? Manageable lang siya, no? Pwede siyang i-act out kasi Apat lang naman. Yes? Luis.
Try lang po, ma'am.
Yes.
So, kung 4 yung tao po sa room, yung total handshakes po is 6.
6. 6 ba?
Or,
Sige.
for example, ma'am, di ba 4 sila? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yung
Mm.
first tao, yung ma-shake hand niya is yung 3. Then, yung pang second na tao
Okay.
is 2. Ay, 9 pala, ma'am.
9. Confused. Hindi mo kasi in-knock out actually, Luis. No, parang nag-visualize ka lang.
Sorry,
Tama?
ma'am.
Oo, kasi hindi talaga kayo ano dyan ngayon. Sige. Some other try. Actually, may pinost na ako, ay may pinakita ako na sa screen. Yes, Rean.
12 po, ma'am.
12. Aha. Anong strategy mo dyan, Rean?
Kasi 3 times 4, 12 po. Kasi 'di ba 4 po na tao, then sa isang tao po, 3 po yung tao na ma-handshake niya. So, since 4 po sila, so 3 times 4.
12. Wala bang loophole doon? 3. So, hindi yan acting out the problem, Rean, no? Yung ginawa mo. Right? Hindi yan acting out the problem. So, parang counting yung ginawa mo. The solution seems correct, no? Parang the logic seems correct. But that's not the case eh. Apat. Kasi when we look at the table, no? If you look at the table, kung 4 yung involved na tao, hanggang dyan, no? Kay D, ilang handshakes lang ang na-produce? Ilang dots hanggang D? 6. No? So, if there are 4 persons involved, then only 6 handshakes are produced. Okay? B to A, that is the same as A to B. C to A, that's the same as A to C and B. Okay. May na-double count dyan, Rean, sa strategy mo. No? May na-double count dyan. That's why you ended up with 12. Kada isa. The logic seems correct, ano? But then, may na-double count, Rean. Okay? Excuse na, sandali lang. Okay. So I'm trying to visualize yung logic ni Rean. No? So I draw this one. Parang deceiving kasi, no? Parang correct. Okay. But then, sige. Kung ang ginawa ko parang matching type lang good. Ito yung strategy ko. Person A, provided na halimbawa wala akong idea na ito, na nakasolve na tayo ng problem using that strategy table. B. Ito yung na-double count para makita natin. So si person A, siyempre hindi siya mag-handshake sa sarili niya, no? So dito siya kay B. Kay C, tsaka kay B. Yan. Next. Ito yung logic na Rean kasi kada isa sa kanila daw mag-handshake sa tatlo. Each of these four mag-handshake sa tatlo kasi except sa sarili niya eh. Kaya tatlo lang ang i-handshake niya. Ano nangyari? Look at this one. Na double count. Yung handshake ni A to B is treated differently sa handshake ni B to A. Did you get that? Well, in fact, the same handshake lang yan. Yung A to B tsaka B to A. Nakita? B to C tayo, diretsyo din. Okay, so yan lang. That will explain no, bakit hindi valid yung logic mo, yung strategy mo, Rean. Okay? Nakita mo, Rean? Yan yung approach mo kasi tatlo-tatlo. Tatlo kay A, tatlo kay B, tatlo kay C, tatlo kay D. At nakita natin na double count itong A to B, tsaka B to A. Okay? Rean, nakuha mo bakit mali siya? Okay, opo ma'am. Sige. So, that's it. And then, last strategy na pwede, there are some other strategies. So, katulad nitong ginawa ko, nag-illustrate ako, no? Okay, ma-fall pala pa rin siya dito sa draw a picture, model, diagram, or any visual representation. Yung ginawa ko, I applied the first strategy. Sige, next. Another strategy that you may use is you guess and check. This strategy encourages students to make a reasonable guess, check the guess, and revise the guess if necessary, parang trial and error. So by repeating this process, a student can arrive at a correct answer. So that has been checked. Using this strategy does not always yield a correct solution immediately, but it provides information that can be used to better understand the problem and may suggest the use of another strategy. So, oftentimes ginagamit din ito no, na strategy. Yung parang i-guess mo muna. Sige, example. I write 3 different numbers on 3 cards. The sum of the number is 7. So, what did I put on the cards? Of course, the guess, should be reasonable. No? Hindi yung alam mo na sum is 7, tatlo yung number na i-add mo, ang guess mo sa isang number is 8. Of course, unreasonable na yan. No? Kasi ang sum lang naman is 7. So, probably you might try 1, 2, 3, no? But the sum is 6, so it's low. Or you may try 1 to 4, and this time the sum is 7, and it's correct. Okay, so you may do this, guess and check. Okay? Sige. Another example, Matt bought 2 items. He paid with his 50 pesos bill and get 22.50 change. So what 2 items did he buy? Sige, from this range of selection. Ano kaya yung nabili niya? Wherein, ang cambio sang 50 niya is just 20 to 50. So meaning, pila ang totals ang nabakal niya? 20, 750. So ano kaya yung dalawang yun? 2 items niya na nabili. Is it hotdog and popcorn? Okay. Who wants to guess? Nikos.
Hello po, ma'am. Pwede
Yes,
po ako
Nikos.
ma'am, yung
Sige.
choices.
Ano?
Yes po, yung choices, ma'am. Ay, ano, ma'am?
Amo na ang choices.
Hotdog and... Ay, burger and ano, ma'am? Popcorn po.
Okay. Actually, may isa pa. Makita kasi yung answer. Ayan. Actually, it's eto, no? Cheeseburger and hotdog. Ay, sorry. Yan. Ano ba yan? Mali-mali ang ano. Sige. Since 27.50 yung nabili lahat, it should be cheeseburger and popcorn. Okay, ito, no? Yan. And this one is correct. Okay. So, may mga guesses kasi siya. Hotdog tsaka burger, hotdog and popcorn. So, it should be burger and popcorn. So, for a total of 27.50. So, correct lang na ang change is 22.50. Is there any other approach that you can think? Or may systematic pa ba na approach kayong maisip? Meron, no? Pwedeng equation nito actually. Sige, you help me set up an equation for this. Kung hindi siya na-guess and check, equation halimbawa. Parang mahirap naman, no? 27.50. Siguro sa part na 50 minus 22, 20 to 50, there you make an equation. But then, may pagpipilian kasi. So mahirap na siyang i-ano. So doon lang tayo na part nag-equate sa total. And then you apply the guess and check. Okay. Sige. Another example. Tom played darts and the target had 3 sections. 30 points, 14 points, and 8 points. Yan yung mga points, no? Sa first section, yung sa center grid, 30 points ang mag-gain. Itong sa outer section, yung sa middle section, 14 points. At yung sa outer section, 8 points ang mag-gain. So he took 5 tries but missed the target twice. His score was 46. What sections did he hit? Sige nga. How will you solve that? 5 darts. 5 tries, but missed the target twice. Meaning, katatlo lang siya, no? Katatlo lang siya naka-igo sa sections. What are these 3? Para mag-gain niya yung 46. Sige. Nikos.
Pwede siya trial and error, ma'am.
Yes.
Like
yes,
i-add lang po. So,
Ah.
parang yung isa is sa 30 po. Tapos, dalawang 8. So, 30 plus 16 is 46.
Okay. Sige, very good, no? 38 and 8 yung na-hit niya. Are there other possible combinations para makaproduce ng points na 46? Meron pa ba? Other way? Other guesses? Other combinations? Like, no, tatlo lang, no? Tatlo lang yung na ano niya, successful target, tries. Kung, mayroon pa ba? Kung dalawang 14, 28, tapos isang 8, 36, kulang ng 10. Hindi na pwedeng itapal ng 30. Sige, ano pa? Baka may makita pa kayo. 44. 52. Hindi pwede. Wala na, no? Wala nang other possible combinations to produce 46 points, but 38 and 8 only. Okay. Sige. So, that's it. Meron pa ba? Ay, meron pa. But it's 11:52. Nag-overtime na tayo, class. Okay, let's just continue our discussion next meeting. Or maybe I will just leave this to you. No, meron pang other solving strategies pala, work backward, use logical reasoning. Okay, meron pang mga ito. Yan. Ito recreational meaning, parang fun problems ito. Fun math problems. Lingaw, makalingaw kumbaga. Sige. So, let's just continue next meeting. Some other questions with regard to the problems our strategies presented to answer the problems. It's not easy to solve a problem, class, no? You really have to think. Okay? You really have to think. You have to analyze. Sige. I'll continue with the checking of attendance. Sino yung hindi na ko na, kanina, na attendance kanina? Kanya, Sakandal, who else? Who else? How about Agaw? Is Agaw here? Wala si Agaw. How about Alaba? Amen, Amodia? Andrada?
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Andrada is present. How about Balbalosa? Baltero? Bangay? Dableo? Kasaklang isa, I marked you here present na. Dableo.
Present po, Ma'am Dableo.
Okay, Pagutaw is present.
Present, ma'am.
Dumaan, Dumangkas.
Present po, ma'am.
Dumaan is present.
Present po, ma'am.
Dumangkas is present din, no?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, sandali. Pakura. Husain. Lagutin. Mina. Amen is present. How about Tener? Okay, so all in all, 37 ang in attendance, pero 34 lang ang record ko dito. Tener is present. Who else? Sino pa? Mina. Lagutin. Husain. Fakura. Bangay. Baltero. Balbalosa. Asuncion. Amodia.
Present po, ma'am.
Okay.
Present po, Ashley, na Asuncion mo.
Balbalosa is present.
Asuncion po, sir.
Yes. Feb, Bangay. Sige. So 37 are in attendance today, no? Merong absent na ilan? 8. No? You are 45 in the class. Sige, so let's just continue next meeting. Yung mga hindi nakapag-recite last time, sige lang, we will have another round of oral recitation. Maybe some other time, pagkatapos ng problem solving. Sige, so yung mga nakamiss nung first try, as I announced, you have the second chance, no? But the maximum score that you can get or you can earn is 8 points na lang. That's 80%, no? Okay. Sige, so have a good day, everyone. Thank you for attending the class today.
morning, ma'am. Thank you po.